Hello to everyone. Welcome to this new video. Today we are going to, I'm going to show you my recap in the Eternal Mania Legacy event. I played the Legacy Friday, Legacy main event, and the Legacy 4 Art tournament on Sunday. We got a top 4 result in the main event. Also, we got a top five in the Sunday event. So yeah, I'm super happy. So yeah, this video is just to show you almost everything that I think about the deck, the result, the event, all of that. So, well, first of all, I have to say that the event was amazing. Judges, the organization, everything was super good, super great. These guys of Bazaar of Boxes, they are super good guys. I played on camera like 3 times, so yeah, that was super fun. We are also are going to talk about that. So yeah, let me start first of all talking about my sponsor, which is Tienda Mulligan. They have an account in card market where you can find a lot of different cards and so on. So yeah, if you want to go and check it out, what they have in their website, yeah, just go for it, because they are helping me with this kind of tournaments and so on. So yeah, also I want to thank to my my teammates. We had a really good weekend. We eat a lot, we travel a lot, and yeah, it was a super good experience. So thank a lot to all of them for this weekend. So yeah, and let's talk about the results and the event. Then we are going to talk about the deck that I was playing. But first of all, it was a Curienought build. We are going to go in depth into the deck in a few minutes. So yeah, as I told you, we played on the Legacy Friday with around 120 people inside, and we got 4 wins, 2 losses, and 1 draw. The main event on Saturday, which was like 220 people, we got into the top 4 with 7 wins, 2 losses, and 1 draw. And on Sunday, with around, I think it was 40-50 people, but I don't remember it correctly, we got 4 wins, 1 loss, and 2 draws. So that means that we got a 15-5-4 result for the whole weekend. So if we don't count the draws, because some of them are intentional draws, and I mean for the final rounds, we will reach something like close to a 75% win rate, because with 20 matches, 15 wins and 5 losses, if we don't count the draws, it's around 75, but around, I think, more than 65, we can say. So yeah, I'm super happy. It's super happy, of course. For anyone thinking about it, I was having a good luck, because you just have to think about that. Even the world champion players, on average, they have like something like 60% win ratio. So if you are going above that, it means that, I mean, because I'm not the world champion, so that means that I was also being lucky. So yeah, I mean, I'm happy with it, but that's what it is. So yeah, so now that I have said this, Also, as I told you, you can go to a bazaar of boxes on Twitch, and you can check the 3 games that I play on camera, which the first one was round 3. I was at that moment 2-0, playing against Mystic Forge. Then I played the quarterfinals against Nadu, which I was like 2-1. Yeah, I won 2-1. And then on the semifinals, I lost against blue-red Cutter Steel Cutter Delver. So yeah, if you want to go and check it out, you can see me see all the plays, and you can see what is the point of the deck and why this deck is called Curienought and not called normal Stiflenought or whatever. So yeah, also, I mean, well, we can go to Twitter to see some more photos. This is the list for the this was for the Sunday, because I thought that on Saturday there was a few things that were bad. So there is 2 small changes in the sideboard, not more. With the Triumph St. Catherine and the double Harbinger of the Seas, is not big changes. It's just a small changes, a small change. This was the top 8 in the main event. This is me. This is my sponsor. Yeah, Mulligan, always. Yeah, this was me playing in the quarterfinals of the main event, and this was me in the post camera. Okay, so let's talk about the deck, because well, sorry. Before that, let's talk also about the prizes that I got for the 4-art tournament. We got like a it was by picking. It's the winners of the tournament. The first one picks first, and the second one picks second. So I picked in the 5th place, and I got a Polluted Delta, super altered, and so on. Which actually it's pretty good. I like it. And for the main event, I took a few things in the shop, but the one I think is the most gorgeous or whatever is this one. These are 4 foil Brainstorm, which actually they are altered. They are, so yeah, they are pretty unique. So as you can see, yeah, I like them. I like them just to play them always in my deck. Well, I have also I have to say that I also play against this guy. All of you know him, Crucible of Walls on YouTube. I have to say that this guy is amazing. We were having like so much a lot of fun during the games. So thank you so much for the games and so on. We played 2 times for the win and in the main event. He was playing Turbo Depths, Black Green Turbo Depths. I won the win and in against him, and then on Sunday in the first round on the win and in, in the first round of the Sunday event, I also played against him, and I also won. I think that was 2-0. But yeah, I mean, super fun games. I really enjoy those games. So yeah, thank you very much for that. So yeah, let's dive into the list. I played against a lot of different decks. I played against Reanimator several times, Blue-Red, Delver, Nadu, Mystic Forge, Combo, Nadu, more slow Nadu games, Show and Tell, Pox, dark depths, I mean combo depths, lands, no mirror, actually, no mirror, there was no mirror. Beanstalk, for example, blue-black tempo slash control. Yeah, I mean I mean, I didn't play it against any let's check for example, yeah, against Dimir Reanimator, against Painter, yes, Red Stompy Painter, Mystic Forge, Dimir Tempo, it's a Delver, Upsal spell. I didn't find even one. I think there was only one or two in the whole tournament. Sneak and Show, Eldrazi, yeah, which actually won against me. I mean, I lost. I lost against Eldrazi. This deck is pretty good. It's super fast and pretty difficult to interact with, so that was crazy. No Doomsday. Lands, Beanstalk, Nadu, and Painter. So from here, also against Storm and so on. So I'm not going to go into depth into what was the result of each game, because there was 20 different games. That was a lot. So, but yeah, I mean, we could say that it's really 20 games with those decks. It's pretty good just to think about the possibilities of the deck, no? So yeah, this deck, as you can see, it's 4 Dreadnoughts, 4 Curies, that's why it's called Curienought. 4 Doorkeeper Thralls, 3 Tamios, 2 Stifle, one is here, 3 Avalanche Oculus, 3 Ponders, 3 Lotus Petal, which this is new, and I'm going to talk right now why this 3 Lotus Petal, 1 Sink into Stupor. This card it's super good. 4 Brainstorm, 4 Swords to Plowshare, 4 Force of Will, 3 Days, and 20 lands, okay? With 3 Urza Saga, here is an Urza Saga, 3 Urza Saga, only 2 Wasteland, and 1 Meticulous Archive, vale? With 2 Iceland, okay? These are 61 cards in the main board, and here in the sideboard you can see 2 Ghost Vacuum, they are super good, 2 Prismatic Ending, 3 Clarion Conqueror. I think this card is one of the best of the deck. Clarion Conqueror is crazy. Caracas in the sideboard, we actually am going to talk about later. 2 Force of Negation, 2 Harbinger of the Seas. This was a meta call because I saw a lot of Cloud Post, Mystic Forge, lands, and even Cradle control decks. Grafdinger Cage, Consign to Memory, and Triumph to St. Catherine. This Triumph of St. Catherine was to try to help me with against my worst matchup. The 2 times that I played with them, I lost in both times. One into the top 8 of the 4-art tournament, and the other one into the semi-finals of the main event. I lost against them, and I thought that Triumphs of St. Catherine maybe is good against them just for the Core Steel Cutter to try to stop them a little bit. Okay, so yeah, let's dive into. So for Dreadnoughts, this deck, it's a really hard Dreadnought deck, because we have a lot of enablers in the deck. So you have 4 Curies, 4 Doorkeeper, 2 Stifles, 3 Oculus. That it's a lot, and also we have 3 Urza Saga. So it's like having 3 more Dreadnoughts. So first I'm going to talk about the Doorkeeper Thrall. I think this card is one of the best, or maybe the best card, if you are playing a Stiflenought, that you could play. Because just check what do we have here. Against this guy, it's like in the main board, it's super difficult for them, maybe if they have Brazen Borrow or something like that, but it's super difficult for them to go off. and also it's giving you the opportunity to go off with your Dreadnought or Urza Saga. Just playing Doorkeeper Thrall with Urza Saga, it's enough. Also against this guy it's super good because, as you can see, even against okay, here it is not the new Tezzeret, but even against Tezzeret it's super good because Tezzeret says when an artifact enters to the battlefield. So with Doorkeeper Thrall that doesn't trigger, so the Tezzeret it's always going down, not going up. It's good against Freshbreaker. It's good, I mean not good against the Ugin, but it's good against the One Ring, for example, and so on. Even against the why this guy is not playing those, the Portable Hall. Okay, so yeah, Doorkeeper Thrall is it's a really good meta call card for the here. It's like a super good meta call card. It's not that good against Dimir Tempo, but it's super good against Uppsala spells. It's also good against Sneak and Show for the Atraxa. It's also good against the Draxi for the Thought-Knot Seer and Flashbreaker. Of course, it's super good against Doomsday. It's also good against Painter, and yeah, also good against Cephalids. So that's why I think that Doorkeeper Thrall is a really good card for the meta. I mean the meta that we are having these days. Also, I maximize the Curie because we are maximizing our Dreadnoughts. We are having 4 Dreadnoughts and 3 Urza Saga. So here the play is trying to go Urza Saga on turn 1, turn 2 Curie, and if they kill the Curie, then you play the Doorkeeper Thrall and you have the Dreadnought with the Saga. Okay, so the whole idea is trying to go fast and super aggressive because that's the meta that we have right now. So no more control stuff, just trying to go super hard on the pedal. So that's why we are playing 3 Saga and only 2 Wastelands. So for those turn 1 plays, no. Also 3 Tamios because Tamio it's super good. It's super good nowadays, but it's also super good with Saga. If you go turn 1 Saga, turn 1 Tamio and turn 2 Saga, you don't need almost anything else to win against someone because you are going to have super crazy big construct. You are going to draw a lot of cards, so that's why Tamio and Saga they are good. And 3 Oculus. The 2 Stifles for the same for the Curie and Doorkeeper Thrall. And now let's talk about the 3 Oculus. I know that a lot of people think that Oculus is super slow. Yeah, it could be. It's a 3 drop. But why if we change the why if we try to not improve but try to solve that issue? Because Oculus I think is one of the best cards for the early, but for the mid game, late game, because only with Oculus is enough sometimes to win against an Atraxa, because you are going to have more creatures than them. You can start blocking with Tamir and Doorkeeper, and once you have 2 Dreadnoughts on the battlefield, it's impossible for them to block or whatever, because you also have Curie, so you can go like, okay, attack with my Curie and 2 Dreadnought and 1 Curie, and it doesn't matter which one they block, because you can copy with the Curie the other Dreadnought and so on. So there are a lot of different plays with the Oculus. That's why we are also playing for Doorkeeper Thrall, because having 2 Dreadnoughts on your hand with Oculus feels bad, but because we have 4 Doorkeeper Thralls, it's very possible that Doorkeeper Thrall is going to find a Doorkeeper Thrall, which is going to allow you to play the Dreadnought that you already have in your hand. So that's super good. But let's talk about again the Oculus. Why 3? It's a Curienought deck, but it is also a turbo Oculus deck. As you can see here, we have 3 Lotus Petal. why we have 3 Lotus Petal. This enables us the ability to play way more faster than our opponent and do things that they are crazy. For example, Temio plus Lotus Petal plus Brainstorm. I won one game against one of my opponents just flipping the Temio in turn 1. That's enough. It's super fast, it's super difficult to interact with on game 1, and that's crazy. I mean, also it's super good for the Lotus Petal Doorkeeper Throw, because for example you are playing against Upsol spells or you are playing against Atraxa and so on, so that is also good that you are able to play your Doorkeeper Throw on turn 1. But it is also super good to play on turn 1 your Curie, because you are giving your opponent less time to react to the Curie, and also they have to play with your days, because they have no mana in that moment, because if you go turn 1 Curie, they don't have any mana in the battlefield. Okay. Also, if you are super crazy, you can go Dreadnought, Stifle, and Lotus Petal on turn 1. So the whole idea is trying to go super fast. I mean, Lotus Petal is like having one less card in your hand. That's right. But Curie draws cards, Tamio draws cards, and Oculus doesn't draw cards, but is like having more permanence in the battlefield. So for the fair matchup, it's not bad. I mean, it's good because the Lotus Petal is giving you the opportunity to go faster than your opponent and not how to say that? I mean, the deck is not getting worse against your worst matchup. No, it's always improving. So why these 3 Lotus Petals with the 3 Oculus? As I told you later, one of the best plays is going turn 1 Urza Saga. It's very probable that you are going to be able to cast your Oculus on turn 3 with Saga on turn 1, because you can go something like Saga on turn 1, then fetch Ponder, for example, and then on the 3rd turn you add 1 mana, search with the Saga for the Lotus Petal, play a fetch land, play another Brainstorm, another Ponder, whatever, and you will have enough cards in your graveyard for the Oculus. Because Saga plus Lotus Petal is counting as 2 mana and 2 cards in your graveyard for the Oculus. That is huge. That is super good, because it's super difficult for your opponent to trying to think about that play. It's almost impossible that your opponent is going to think that, okay, my opponent, Jorge has 3 cards in the graveyard. It's impossible that he's going to be able to deploy the Oculus that I have just saw with my Thoughtseize, or for example. So yeah, this is the play. So as you can see, Saga is good for everything. Saga is good for the Curie. Saga is good for the Doorkeeper Throw. Saga is good with the Tenio. Saga is good with the Stifle. Yeah, because Saga search for the Dreadnought, and also Saga, it's like an enabler for your Oculus. So that's the whole idea of the deck. I mean, there are super crazy game plans, because against one of my lands opponent, I went turn 2 Oculus with double Lotus Petal, and I mean, what are you going to do against that turn 2 Aberrant Oculus and revealing whatever, revealing a Curie, revealing a Dreadnought, revealing a Tenio? So yeah, so that's the whole thing. So I know that also Harain, which is that, I mean, we are friends. We always trying to search which deck is the best. I mean, which is the best Stifle deck. He's always going for the Ancient Tomb, Dress Down, Null Drifter, Stock Ups decks, and I'm always going for the Curie, Tamio decks, no? Um, I think this deck, it's like a slightly improved of his deck, because I mean it's different. Of course it's different, but one of the things that I don't like about that deck, I mean, if you have the Ancient Tune on turn 1 and turn 2 Null Drifter, it's okay. But most of the times you are going to go turn 2 Dress Down or Torpor Orb, and then on turn 3 Null Drifter. The issue I see because of that is that you are giving your opponent 2 turns without doing nothing. I mean, it's not doing nothing, but it's you are tapping out. I mean, in turn 2 you are not going to be able to play Ponder or Sword to Plowshare or Daze or Stifle or whatever, because you have to tap out for your Dress Down or your Torpor Orb. And then on turn 3, the same for the Null Drifter. So if you have something like Ancient Tomb, Mox Diamond and so on, it's okay because you are going to be able to do more stuff, but that was one of the things that I didn't like that much. But I thought that the idea to going faster was good, because I think it's impossible nowadays to play in this legacy meta if you are not going faster than your opponent or being more mana efficient than your opponent. I think that is the whole thing. So that's why the idea of the Lotus Petal came, just to try to find if having those cards that are like one less card in your hand, they are good, because you are not giving your opponent the opportunity to deploy their game plan. That's the whole thing of the deck. But you have available plays on turn 2, because I don't care that much about playing Daze in turn 2. I don't care about playing Curie on turn 2. I don't care about playing Temio plus Brainstorm on turn 2, because I'm going to be able to deploy my final boss, which is Oculus, on turn 3 because of the Lotus Petals. So that's the difference I mean, that I think that is one of the big difference between one deck or another. And I also think that I know that Curie it's legendary and so on, and you can block it and whatever, but I think it's way better again than, for example, Torpor Orb, because I know that Torpor Orb it's good, like the Doorkeeper Thrall in this meta, but I think that 4 Doorkeeper Thrall are enough. You don't need like 5 or 6 or 7 Torpor Orb effects. And Null Drifter, like Dreadnought, in order to be good, they need enablers. So, but Oculus, you don't need enablers. I mean, you only need cards in your graveyard, and you have 3 here and 3 here. You have 6 fast enablers, because you have 3 Lotus Petals and 3 Urza Saga. And just playing some fetch land, Ponder, and Force of Will, for example, is enough with your Surveillance to deploy your Oculus on turn 3. So yeah, I mean, I don't think that maybe this deck is better than the other one. I mean, it's just different. For example, I mean, if you like more Temios than stock ups, this is the deck. And also, for example, if you like more Wasteland instead of Ancient Tomb, I mean, they are completely different. But yeah, just try it out, feed it, see what is the best for you, and yeah. So, but I have to say that this deck is super, super sketchy, and it's difficult to play, but not because of the play. I mean, because of the play patterns, because you have to be really conscious when are you playing your Lotus Petal For example, when I played against Nadu, twice in a game I cracked a Lotus Petal to play an Stifle for their Fetchlands. Those kind of plays are some weird, but in some kind of situation they are super good. So that is the difference between this deck and the other. I think the Null Drifter one, it's like more straight, like okay, I'm going to play my Torpor Null Drifter, my Dress Down Null Drifter, my Stock Ups, and that's going straight. And this deck, it's like whatever. Maybe you're playing Saga on turn 1 and Lotus Petal on turn 1 for Doorkeeper Thrall, and you don't hit any other lands in the whole game, and you win, which I did against Mystic Forge in round 3. You have that on camera, because this game nowadays is about going fast. So that's why I think this deck is not that straight to play. You have to be like really conscious about what to do or not. But if you have the idea and the imagination, you can see those kind of plays. It could help you to have really good results. I mean, I have to say that I am playing this deck for Courier since it got printed, but Stiflenought decks since like 4 years ago, something like that, non-stop. So I'm pretty used to know what I'm going to lose. I mean, why I'm going to lose, or why I'm going to win, or which is my only option to win this game, and so on, right? So yeah, but if you have any further questions about the deck, just ask me on Twitter. Just write me a message, and I will answer you with no issue. Also, you can see that I'm playing 61 cards. This is because I really liked the idea of playing the third Lotus Petal. Playing the seventh, I mean the 61 cards is not that bad, because you have 4 Dreadnoughts with you have 4 Dreadnoughts and 3 Sagas, so it's not going from 60 to 61 is not going to hurt you at all. The same for Curie, the same for Doorkeeper Thrall, and the same for the Oculus. The only thing that maybe is going to hurt you a little bit is for Sword to Plowshares and Force of Wills, because you want to have more Force of Wills and more Sword to Plowshares, and also more Brainstorm. But I think the third Lotus Petal is pretty good. For example, now that we are going to talk about the sideboard, I won against some of my opponents just by playing turn 2 Clarion Conqueror. That's all. Or playing turn 2 Harbinger of the Seas. For example, against this guy, this Sirius Blaze, I think it was his name, Crucible of Words. Sorry for the mispronunciation. I played turn 2 Harbinger of the Seas. You are not giving your opponent enough time to react. That's the whole thing about the deck. Why Ghost Vacuum? Ghost Vacuum is because it's really good against Reanimator. It's also good against Delver for the Channeler and Murktide. It's also good, it's not that good against Upsol spell, but we are pretty good against Ups, because we are having 4 Doorkeeper Thrall, Stifles, Consign to Memories, the Lotus Petal to go off faster with the Thrall, so Force of Negation, and so Grafdinger Cage. So that's why I went for the Ghost Vacuum, okay, for 2 Ghost Vacuum. 2 Prismatic Endings, Nadu, Delver, almost everything. And if there are cases that you need the 3rd mana, which most of the cases they are not like fast decks, maybe against the mono red Prison decks, you have the Lotus Petal to go for the third mana. Okay. Also, now that we are talking about mana, I forgot to say that I'm playing 2 Icelands. Why? With this deck, if you go Iceland Saga or Iceland Wasteland or whatever, you can almost play the 90% of your deck. But if you have Iceland Plains is like having another colorless land, because you can't keep a hand with Plains, Wasteland and Doorkeeper Thrall. It's not enough, because you are going to start drawing blue cards which you can't play. So that's why I prefer to go with instead of 2 Wasteland, 2 Saga and 1 Plains, I went for the 3 Saga, because Saga search for the Lotus Petal if I need white for anything like this. Okay. And I'm playing 3 Lotus Petal just to try to go off faster. So it doesn't make any sense to trying to go down in Sagas, okay? But you can try whatever changes if you want to try them. Also, 3 Clarion Conqueror. I think between Clarion Conqueror and Doorkeeper Thrall, 90% of the time you win against everyone. Because against Nadu, it's super good. Against Painter, just with Doorkeeper Thrall and Clarion Conqueror, it's almost impossible. Against, for example, against Mystic Forge, it's impossible. They can activate the artifact, they can't activate the Planeswalker, and whenever an artifact enters the battlefield, or for example the Fleshbreaker triggers, they don't trigger because you have the Doorkeeper Thrall. So it's super difficult for them to play. So only with the Doorkeeper Thrall and the Clarion Conqueror, it's like I'm the mono red Chalice of the Void and Blood Moon deck. You know, it's like the Prison idea, no? With Stifles, Doorkeeper Thrall, Clarion Conqueror and Wasteland. It's like trying to go on the Prison. Then Caracas. Why Caracas? I think the best card against us is Temio. It's one of the best deck against us. So Caracas is pretty good to win against them, and also it's really good to protect our cards, because you can protect your Temio and you can protect your Curie. For example, I played against a really good guy. He was playing Beanstalk. On turn 2, I went Iceland Temio, and he said, okay, no worries. And then I play for the land of the turn Caracas, and his whole face changes because then he saw that it was impossible to kill the Temio, and that Temio is going to draw how many cards she wants. So also Caracas is pretty good against Nadu. It's pretty good against Atraxa, because if they go Atraxa, okay, Doorkeeper Thrall, Caracas. If they are playing, for example, a sneak attack, the same. If they don't find the Emrakul, right? So that's why I think Caracas is pretty good, but I also think that it's a good idea to maybe change this Caracas to to 1 Plains. For example, against Blue-Red Delver, it's a really good idea instead of having Caracas to go for the Plains. But if you take in the Plains, the Caracas against Wasteland matchups, then you will have 21 lands and 3 Lotus Petals. That should be enough. But you know, luck is luck, and if they have it, they have it. Then 2 Force of Negation. It's okay. And 2 Harbinger of the Seas. As I said before, this is just because of the meta call, because there was a lot of Mystic Forge / Eldrazi / there was some Cloud Post, even multicolor color beanstalk. So, and one Graffinger cage. I know that Graffinger cage is not that good with the Oculus, but you need at least one just to, for those matchups that are super fast, for example like an combo Nadu or Upsol spell, you really need the Graffinger cage. And most of the time you are going to take out the Oculus because it's not fast enough. Consign to memory, it's pretty good. It's also like a third stifle if you really need to go super fast against one guy. And Triumph of St. Catherine, just to try to not lose against Eldrazi, which also was one of my loses, sorry, and also to try to win against the Delver decks, because they have Pyroblast, Bolts, Unholy Hits, and so on. So Triumph of St. Catherine is pretty good against the Core Steel Cutter game plan. So yeah, this is the deck. Yeah, I'm pretty happy having like around 75%, 70% win ratio, 65%. It depends on how you check. I think it's pretty good. It was around around 24 games. 4 of them were draws, so there were 20 games actually. So yeah, I mean I'm super happy with the deck. I think it's super competitive. And yeah, I mean I am really thinking of changing a few things that I think they are good. For example, the 4th Curie, it's good, but maybe we can try something different. But I like her because a lot of guys, they don't know how to play against Curie. That was something pretty common in the events. People don't give a fuck about Curie. They look the Curie and no, okay, let's play an, I don't know, Baleful Strix to block her, and then you draw 12 cards and they say, okay, maybe it's better than I thought. But yeah, whatever. It's difficult to play against her. But yeah, I will try to think in new leads, and I will show them as soon as possible. So yeah, thank you very much for this time. Yeah, hope you like it, and if you have any other question, please come here to Twitter or wherever. Ask me if you have any doubt. Yeah, hope you like it. Thank you much for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye.